Have you got an ass? Then Duluth Trading Company is for you. I'm just reading what they wrote, folks. For decades, Duluth has been making workwear for harder workers. You got an ass, Sona?
Yeah, I do.
Well, Duluth Company's for you. From highly abrasion-resistant pants to heat-beating work shirts, Duluth empowers you to take on life with your own two hands. Ready to bolster your nether regions? What the hell? Duluth's buck-naked unders are the no-pinch, no stink, no sweat solution when your junk drawer is on life support.
Oh, God.
They went too far.
God.
They went too far.
Yeah, and you read it. You read it all. Didn't even ask any questions.
I just blacked out, and this came out of my mouth. So you do your glutes a favor. Shop at a Duluth Trading store near you or at duluthtrading.com. Duluth Trading for folks who work their butts off.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Conan O'Brien needs a fan. Want to talk to Conan? Visit teamcoco.com/callconan. Okay, let's get started.
Hey, Conan O'Brien here, and welcome to another episode of Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan. Usually on this podcast, I talk to people out in the world who have questions for me. I interact with them. Just normal folk. Much better than those creepy celebrities. But today is very special. We have two incredible guests, and these people are very important to me. Jessie Gaskell and Mike Sweeney, both terrific Conan writers and the hosts of Inside Conan, an important Hollywood podcast. Now, this season of Inside Conan is going to look back at all 28 years of our late night run, starting from the very beginning in 1993, the first episode, and it's going to feature me, a conversation with yours truly, talking to these two very brilliant writers who know me all too well. They know what makes me tick. They know what enrages me. They've got all the dirt. So this should be interesting. Take notes, because they're going to rip me a new one, I think. Isn't that right? Is that fair to say?
Sure.
I think we let the evidence speak for itself.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to say on a personal note.
We present it, you judge.
I want to say on a personal note, between of course, we went through the crazy pandemic, and then our show wrapped up in late June, and I haven't seen a lot of you guys. And so I've really missed you. So it's nice to see you guys again.
Yeah.
I mean that, Jessie. It's nice to see you.
Nice to
Mike
see you.
Sweeney, you and I have been together since almost the beginning of the late night show. We've traveled the globe together, and you and I have as well, Jessie, on all the travel shows. So you know where all the skeletons are buried.
Right. Well, I don't remember a lot of them. That's why we're digging up people who do remember.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, that did happen.
Yeah. Oh my.
That's
we need
another
to bury
crime.
that again. Yes.
You guys are terrible.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible war crimes prosecutors. You're constantly bumping into me and going, "Oh, we've been looking for you, but now we can't remember why."
Tell us again. Yeah.
Oh my God, another shallow grave. Totally forgot it. It's right next to the parking lot.
Yeah. So, but you know what I like is you do this Inside Conan podcast, and you do get people to talk about so much of the behind the scenes stuff that's happened on our show over the years, and that is the stuff that so many people do like to hear about, and they like to hear how these shows really work,
right?
And probably how people really behave,
right?
Yeah.
No one would believe it on our show, but
I know.
Yeah,
everyone thinks your banter is scripted with interns and
right.
with Sona, but
Do they really? No, they don't.
No, they
I
don't.
mean, some people do, I think.
He's wearing a wire.
Yeah.
He's getting someone's feeding him lines in the commissary.
Can you imagine if I did have a wire in my ear all those years and it was telling me how to react to all my guests and someone was coming up with that bullshit?
I know.
But no, I I've always was blessed with the very, very best writers. I mean, really creative, left brain thinking writers that would come up with the strangest, silly concepts. And so thank you guys for doing the podcast, because we did put so much work into all those shows, and it's nice that you're honoring that and keeping that craziness alive. And I mean, today I thought this would be a great way to launch the new season of Inside Conan, which is for me to be here with Sona.
Mm-hmm.
And Sona.
Oh, okay. Yay, Sona. I get it. All right.
Oh, you don't get enough? You don't get enough.
Wait, are you?
I don't
That's a
get
rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't get enough.
You've heard of
He
the
wouldn't be here if there was
Conan.
an amount that was enough.
Yeah. I'm doing a podcast after 28 years of being on television every night. Have you heard of a bottomless cup of coffee?
Oh, man.
The name of this podcast today is Conan O'Brien Has Employees. And here we are. You're the best. You're still the best.
Welcome to another episode of Conan O'Brien climbs up his own ass and thinks about himself in the third person.
And in an echo chamber.
Now, Jessie, I'll let you begin, because my ingrained competitive contempt for Mike Sweeney leads me in your
I'm glad
direction.
it's finally out in the open.
Yeah. Jessie, what makes the third season of Inside Conan different from the past two seasons? What's going to happen this season?
Well, first of all, I think we finally figured out how to make a podcast.
Right.
Sweeney
takes a
and
while.
I
Yes.
have finally stopped talking over each other every sentence.
Except for right now. And we figured out an arc. I think the first season, we were literally like, we need to record
We were pulling
one
in
today.
like the janitor as he walked
Right.
by. Like,
Someone who put
what's it
cookies
like
down
working on
in
the
the
show?
green room. Do you have 2 hours to spare? We would just go and talk. But this year, we're like, let's start in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you announced that you were ending the TBS show, there was this huge outpouring and all these articles written, and people were sharing a lot of old clips from late night and just from your whole 28 years on TV. And so we thought it would be cool to start from the beginning and really do it as a retrospective season, and talk to people from everywhere along the way. There's a lot of folks we still haven't talked to yet on the podcast who have great stories and can really kind of set the scene of what it was like in those early years. And
I what stuns me, I think, the most is that people will bring things up to me that they saw in 93, 94, 95, and I don't know what they're talking about. Right. And when they describe it, it sounds completely undoable. Yeah. And then I'll realize we did it, and that... well,
have you ever watched the show? I think you'd like it.
I don't like the host. The host seems needy.
That's crazy to me, because you remember the weirdest stuff that happened years ago, but you don't remember a lot of the comedy you did.
Well, there was so much of it. We did, I think, all told, well over 4,000 hours.
So that would be like maybe 2 or 3 sketches a night. That's an insane amount of sketches.
And it really is the equivalent of if you had ate 3 different kinds of sandwiches or different kinds of food a day every 5 days a week for 28 years.
A lot of
and then someone saying, remember that time you had that sandwich that was
extra mustard.
Yeah, there was extra mustard and 3 pieces of rye. And you go, no, I don't. And then, only it's not 3 pieces of rye. It's, remember what the time you and Leonardo DiCaprio were dunked in hot cheddar cheese. And you'd think I'd remember that, but I don't.
I would think you would.
Yeah, he was terribly burned. I remember that's why he never came back. His face was awfully burned.
That's why, yeah.
That's why he's worked very little. You could see in The Revenant, the reason the bear attacks him is that he smelled cheddar cheese on Leo DiCaprio's skin and attacked him. Yeah, and you can see him peeling it off.
Bear, yeah.
But I remember that stuns me. The other thing is I think young people or younger people, and they shouldn't know this, but it's ancient history to them. So they'll see things online, but most people don't know how angry the show made people when it first showed up because, And it's funny because younger people seem to like the show, but so many people who tuned into, this is back when literally there's like 3, maybe 4 networks, and I'm one of 3 talk show hosts,
right.
or 4 talk show hosts, late night talk show hosts. And people were so mad at this weirdo, his weird show. And so,
but it's also getting used to somebody new.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember early SNL where they, like Bill Murray, like, who's this guy? You know what I mean? It's like you have to get used to these new
and
faces.
It takes a while, but there was also, add to that, there was a lot of anger about the way that people felt Letterman had been mistreated, and he went in,
right.
And I was filling that slot, and
right.
Who do you think you are? And I mean, literally, I used to go into restaurants, and people would say, who do you think you are?
Do you ever think, wow, thank God there wasn't social media back then?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to look at it, but there was something called newspapers, and and I remembered very clearly going to talk to a therapist, and I said to the therapist, people hate me. They think I'm not good at what I do. They think I'm a phony, and that I don't belong in my job. And my therapist did what therapists do and said, listen, these are negative thoughts. They have no basis in reality. You're creating these negative thoughts because you have these bad feelings, but they're just thoughts. They're not real.
Not facts.
No one's real. They're not facts. They're just thoughts. And I said, no, I'm quoting from the cover of USA Today. And I showed the therapist.
Did you have it?
It was so funny.
They made a pie chart about it.
Yeah.
Right. It's all black.
It was just so funny to be talking.
100% hatred.
It was so funny to be talking to a therapist and have them go, please, these are just thoughts. And he went, no. This is the Wall Street Journal. See right here, Conan, no good at his job. He should go away. Wouldn't it be great if he died?
Most hated man in America.
Yeah. And
now let's move on to periodicals.
Yeah. And and I could laugh about it now. At the time, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. But it's nice too. I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't. It was just all 28 years was such a kooky ride. And I'm so, just when people come up to me and say, I remember the show where everybody was skeletons, and I'm like, what?
That's right.
I can't believe we got away with this. I can't believe we did these things. And
that was a Halloween special.
Yeah. And we got a very young, brand new Bill Hader to do the opening of the show. It was a Halloween show, and he did a great Vincent Price. I don't think I had met Bill Hader yet. One of the funniest people ever.
Yeah.
And I remembered asking, oh my God, the opening of his show has the most amazing Vincent Price voice. And they said, oh yeah, it's this new guy on SNL, and he volunteered, and he was a fan of the show, and he did this great favor for us. And then of course,
well, he got paid.
he got his $180.
But yeah, that's the other thing is there are all these famous actors and comedy performers who got their start on your show, in some form.
We had, what's one of the funniest things is that we had a sketch. I don't know. I don't think it was the first season, but we used to do fake guests, and we wouldn't tell the audience. So it was so meta, and we would trick people into thinking. I remember one week.
And you'd introduce them with the music and the band.
Oh, yeah, everything.
So very straight intro.
So one of the things we did was Monday, we'd do the show, and at the top of the show, I say, this person's going to be on, this person's going to be on, and of course, author of the book, our civil liberties, justice thwarted or whatever. Josh Memick will be on the program, and then we'd do the show, and I go we didn't have time for Josh Memick, but we'll get him on tomorrow. And then we did the Tuesday show, and I again plugged him up front very seriously, very serious title of a book. We got to the end, and I said, we didn't have time again for Josh Memick. My apology to him, but we'll have him on tomorrow. We did that again Wednesday. Then we did it again Thursday, and then Friday at the end of the show, I say, I'm so glad we have time for him tonight, Josh Memick. And this guy comes out who looks just like an author, and he's got a book that's got a serious title, and he sits down, and he's livid. He's furious. He's so angry. And he's an actor that we hired. Right. And the whole thing was scripted. And I'm like, so Josh tells you, he's like, oh, so now. Oh, now you have time to talk to me, huh? I came here I sat in that green room, and he rips into me and loses it, and the whole thing's a joke. So many people watching at home just thought, first of all, they hadn't seen Monday through Thursday.
Right.
We were doing this inside joke for the one person in the world who had seen all. That was the level of minutia. But
for that one person, seriously.
Yeah. But
I would be like,
oh, no. I was always a believer, and still am, that God's in the details, that you put these little things in there. And I learned that from SCTV. I think still one of the greatest pound for pound sketch shows of all time. Catherine O'Hara and Marty Short. And I don't want to go into naming everybody because it'll take forever, but just this incredible cast of John Candy came from SCTV, and Joe Flaherty and Dave Thomas and, Rick Moranis. But this amazing show, and they would put these little things in there that were just if you were paying attention.
Little
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And this is before I even, people called them Easter eggs. It was just, they cared enough to do that. And I learned as a young teenager, young, adolescent, that's what you do. Mm-hmm. Care enough about the people watching that you put those things in there.
And things would show up again several episodes later. So
we did a thing where we announced that one of our guests, and again, very serious, was this young girl who had won us the National Spelling Bee competition. And we talked to her, and then we brought her out. And it was an actress we hired, this young actress who was fantastic. She was great. She really committed to it and fooled the audience. And the whole joke was that she's a terrible speller. We were having her spell words, and she didn't get any of them right. But she was so good. And it was, I don't remember her age, but I think it was like a 12-year-old Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so this is just, those are the kind of people.
Yeah.
We also had... the Upright Citizens Brigade was brand new. Mm-hmm. And so we had, Amy Poehler anytime, would come in and play Andy's sister.
Yeah.
Who had a crush on me and had this giant
headgear
on and had a crush on me. And then Andy would always, it was kind of inappropriate and creepy. And Andy would always sort of say, that's not really good. And I'd say, yeah, I really, it's not going to happen. And then she would become enraged and give these amazing speeches. But I'm thinking about the firepower we had. And these were
she was in a million. She was on the show maybe 4 out of the 5 days a week, along with
and I just think how blessed we were. Jack McBrayer and as you say, Matt Walsh and all these people that went on to become, showed up on everyone's television, and they're famous in their own right and they're huge stars. And you just think, this is hilarious that we had these people and that they would come in and do this amazing work for us. Yeah. We were so lucky.
Yeah,
it was a great time in New York, and a great time for comedy, and a great time to be in Rockefeller Center and just be able to pick up the phone. And some of the coolest people would come in and do little cameo things that were incredible
because they lived in Manhattan.
Yeah,
like Joey Ramone or just.
Oh my God! The time we had Joey Ramone of the Ramones doing he did a sketch for us, a cameo walk on. And then he hung out backstage. Right. And then we always had a postmortem, which is we would meet after the show. We did this throughout the whole run, all 28 years. We'd have a quick meeting after the end of the show. In my dressing room, we'd go through, this worked. How come that didn't work? What happened there? Yeah, sorry, the camera forgot to, we'd go through what went right, what went wrong. Joey Ramone came in and sat down and sat there during the meeting. He was just sitting there. Because he thought
he had some notes.
He just wanted to know what was up. So Joey Ramone's sitting there, and he's dressed like Joey Ramone, jeans, leather jacket, the sunglasses, and he's sitting there. And we suddenly were just like, we're not going to have a meeting. Right. Let's talk to Joey Ramone about what it's like to be Joey Ramone. And he had that thick accent
from Queens.
And he was sitting there, and we were just like, well, Joey, forget the show. Tell us, like, I remembered saying, "Where are the fans the craziest?" And he was just, I can't do his accent,
Right.
but
you can barely understand.
And he was just like, and he was like, South America, they just go crazy in South America. And he was talking about South America and how there were certain countries in South America where they were bigger than the Beatles. And, and they would go down there and do a stadium, and then they would get in their van, and people would be shaking the van. So, he's telling us all about what it's like to be Joey Ramone.
Right.
And that trumped anything.
Yeah.
And speaking of Trump, that was a guy who used to do, that was a guy.
What a segue.
But he was someone who would just do bits.
He would do anything.
He would do anything on our show. And we would literally have things like, can we get Dr. Joyce Brothers to do this ridiculous bit?
Right.
Where she steps in some fake plastic poop. No, she said that's beneath her. All right, try Donald Trump.
Right. She recommended Trump.
I'll do it.
He's already there.
I'll do it. Yeah. And he used to do all these bits for us. And this is, I mean, anyone now would say, but Conan, how could you? And I'd say, he was a guy that did bits on our show.
He was a great extra.
All part of his climb.
Yeah. And what did we know? We didn't know. And he used to do... I remembered he did the new Trump edition of Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Right.
And he did the voiceover, and it's like, it's Conan O'Brien like you've never seen him before, Trump style, gold-plated desk.
Yep. And we had a fountain. We put a big color fountain in front of your desk. And
he did the voiceover.
The idea was he bought the show.
That he bought the show and gold-plated it and put all this stuff on it. And so it all seemed like funny, foolish nonsense then. And of course now it's got a, when I tell people that guy who now has literally half the country at his beck and call and is maybe the end of our democratic experiment was an extra on our show. Was an extra on our goddamn show. I don't understand what happened.
It could have been him or Joey Ramone could be president. It could have gone either way.
Why couldn't Joey Ramone become
that would
president?
Have been great.
It's now mandatory you wear a leather jacket.
I didn't know whether to run for president here or in
Venezuela.
Exactly.
I don't know. It was, that's why I've always thought I'm disconnected from that guy. Whoever that guy was, I have a picture. You've seen.
I love
picture.
calling him that guy, by the way.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm not being.
It's probably the best way to go through life.
Yeah, I'm not being facetious. I'm saying I don't. It was so many years ago.
Yeah,
and I was so that when I talk about that version, whoever that 30-year-old kid, I was 29 when I auditioned. And got the show right after my 30th birthday. And I remember at the time thinking, well, I'm 30. That's old enough to have a TV show. And now I meet 30-year-olds, and I'm like, you're way too young.
You're a child.
You're a child.
That is really young.
And I look at, there's a picture that Annie Leibovitz took of me where we put a sandwich board on me where I'm looking for help with my new late night show. And it was taken in April of 93, and it's in Times Square. And you can look it up online, I bet. And I have that picture in my kitchen. I don't have any other pictures of me like around the house, but I have this picture that I hang up because it's such an amazing picture. And I look at that guy and I look at him, and he looks, had just turned 30, but I look about 17. And I look at him and I think, he's got this kind of sweet smile, and I think, you have no fucking idea. Because this was before the show started.
Right.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're in. You have no idea.
No one warned you.
Yeah. How could you be warned? There was only one way to find out.
Yeah.
So, and I look at that guy and I go, I have a lot of affection for that guy, but good Lord, he's about to, he's going to
step in it.
Yeah. But it was,
then help groom a future president. What an arc. Yeah. What an arc.
I was at the airport. I was waiting in one of those long lines. And I kept saying, hey, let me through. I'm Conan O'Brien. And they said, shut up. You wait in line. And I went, oh, okay. And
that's so sad.
It's a really good story. But I was hungry. I didn't have a snack with me. You got to keep it. And I didn't want to lose my place in line and go try and find something.
I know.
That's when you got to have Nutri-Grain on you.
You got to always have a snack in your bag. And when it's a Nutri-Grain, it's perfect.
It's perfect because it's the right size. It's handy. It's also nutritious.
Yes.
Okay. You can go anywhere. It's made with 10 grams of whole grains, 10 vitamins and minerals, These guys are obsessed with 10s. And no high fructose corn syrup. Nutri-Grain nourishes and it hits the spot with delicious flavors. They got strawberry, apple cinnamon, blueberry flavors. I just had a blueberry back in the snack area.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a glass of milk.
You earned it. Nice job.
Nice job. Find nutritious and always delicious Nutri-Grain bars at your favorite store or online retailer today. And look for new Nutri-Grain crunchy bars in stores near you. Oh, I'll get that crunchy, I will. Big news, Sona.
Yeah.
Did you know T-Mobile recently partnered with the National Park Foundation?
No way.
Yep, they're making it easier to stay connected so you're free to wander.
Well, that's really cool.
And I love a national park. I really do.
I do too.
Now, there's one thing you have to have if you're doing that, good signal. It's a priority. Do you know what I mean? You got your maps, your music, this podcast.
Yeah.
So take America's Best Network plus their off-grid satellite coverage with you. Look, we're all a little spoiled, but we like to have access to all our stuff. And suddenly you don't have it because of a bad signal. That's when I throw my phone into the Grand Canyon.
Oh, okay.
Literally filled half the Grand Canyon with phones. Then I got T-Mobile, never had to chuck them again. You know?
Good.
So wander over to T-Mobile.com and switch. Best based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data for 2H 2025. Wow, that's some sentence. T-Satellite with capable device in most outdoor areas in U.S. where you see the sky. That's important. You got to see the sky.
Yep.
Service may be limited or unavailable. Included with Experience Beyond or $10 per month. Auto renews. Cancel anytime. That was probably meant to be said by a robot really quickly, but I just did it slowly so you could really understand.
Disclaimer. Please do not throw your phone into the Grand Canyon.
Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is so good, it's almost impossible not to finish it before the meal arrives. It's just too good to wait. That happens to me sometimes.
Me too.
You can try rules like no sipping until the appetizer arrives, or you tell your friend, don't let me touch my glass, but every time you're staring at an empty glass. So if you've ever finished your Coke Zero before the first fry hits the table, you're among friends. It happens. Occupational hazard with Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Real Coca-Cola taste, zero sugar, too good to wait. Enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola Zero Sugar today. Now, normally, Eduardo, you are sitting behind the board. You are the puppet master. You're working all the dials and switches, making this podcast happen. But I've asked you to step out.
I'm nervous.
And I think you're going to like this surprise.
Okay.
And it involves our friends at Miller Lite. I know that you're a massive football fan.
That's right.
Because we've caught you watching matches while we're taping a podcast, and you're clearly have just taped some of the buttons down into position so you can watch. I'm going to present to you Miller Time MVP match ball. This is the Miller Time MVP match ball.
Wow.
Look at this thing. Miller Lite knows you're a big fan, so they asked me to give this to you. And look at this. It holds up to 12 Miller Lights.
This is incredible.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
I've been asked to specify, do not kick this ball.
Oh, shoot.
I was just
Okay.
going to ask that.
No, do not kick this ball because 12 beers will go flying through the air. Tell me, how is this going to be used? Where is this going to go in your home?
Instantly. I mean, I've been watching all the matches with friends and family. This is the perfect piece to add to the table.
This is really
Yeah,
cool.
here, you want one?
Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, look at
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at. Oh, it's cold. It keeps.
Yes.
Yes. I don't want to make any promises, but I think it's actually kept it kind of chilly, which is nice.
Hey, well, cheers to you. I appreciate
Cheers
that.
to you, Eduardo. Remember, celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Well, you know, speaking of Jack McBrayer, we just spoke to him.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a record keeper. He
Oh my God.
sent us a document of every appearance
Oh, my God.
on the show.
Yes,
I
it's
believe that, too.
meticulous. Yes.
And he was on 78 times.
Oh, my God.
They're all here. And then at the end, he made a list, and we're probably going to post this with the
Yeah.
episode, ways that I've died / been abused. And it's a list. All the different ways he was killed or maimed in sketches on the show.
In sketches, not in real life. Like,
Yeah.
There might have been some carryover.
Jack was always money in the bank, and this is before 30 Rock.
Yeah.
We used him and so no one knew.
2002 he started.
No one knew who he was, but he was just this hilarious and is a hilarious performer, and we would use him in all these different ways. And I always would do this improv where whenever Jack was around, I'd be the kind of cruel, callous city slicker.
Right.
Who was like, well, Jack McBrayer, I knew I smelled, horse manure. Did you muck out the barn? And he's...
No, I did not, sir.
Yes, and he is so... Jack is so good at going with it. He'd be like, sir, that is wrong. I am not, sir, that is... And he would really commit to it.
Offensive.
So I would commit to my guy.
Right.
And he would commit to his guy. And what I didn't know is that the crew was watching all this. And they thought it was real.
Yeah.
So, I love Jack, but literally Jack would be at the double doors waiting to rehearse. And I would see him out of the corner of my eye and I'd start sniffing the air going, well. Sounds to me like somebody just came fresh from the hog farm. And he'd be like, sir, I most certainly did not.
And what if I did?
I came from my condominium in Midtown. I'd be like, did you get scared about the elevator, Jack? That moving box? I did not, sir. I know perfectly well what an elevator is. And we would do this. So at one point, we would just do this and we would really commit to it and neither one of us would break. And I remember one time I'm walking out and there's a couple of members of the crew. A cameraman, they're standing around, and a sound guy, and they're like, can we talk to you for a second? And I said, yeah. And they went, Jack's a really good guy, and you're pretty rough on him.
Wow.
And I said, guys, I love Jack. And they're like, well, if you love Jack, maybe you really... And I was like, are you... No, Jack, come here.
Yeah.
Tell them. And
his deadpan's just too good.
His deadpan was so good. And
it'd be great if he was like, thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. It has been. Well,
I've been waiting for someone to intervene the whole time. Yeah.
So what happened was, and this is something like you guys, I think, can attest to, which is that I don't
have boundaries.
To me, I don't have boundaries. I don't have boundaries, but I also don't segment things, meaning comedy's not something that I do when people are around and it's time to do professional comedy.
Right.
My thing, whatever you want to call it, good or bad, is happening all the time.
Right, yes.
So, and I just did, because we had to wait to even just to do this podcast, and we were out, and I had I just have socks on here at the Earwolf Studios, and there's a smooth cement floor, and I'm dancing around and doing different characters.
And charging all of us like a bull.
Charging all of you like a bull, and acting like a total ass, not acting my age or anyone's age at all. I mean, a 4-year-old would be disgusted, but this is what I do all the time. So I have, Jack will text me something and I'll text back, like just as it's Jack McBrayer and we're friends. Right. And he'll text me something like, hey, you plan to have your Christmas party this year? And I'll go, well, and I'll be texting him back and saying things like, the problem is if you bring the mule, everybody's going to want to bring a mule, and we can't have a mule at the Christmas party. And he'll text back and say, it'd just be one thing. No. Period. And I'll be like, come on, Jack. And he'll type back like, this is wrong. This is wrong what you're doing. And he'll commit to his thing. And it'll be, sometimes it's 1:00 in the morning. Yeah. And I'm chuckling and doing this city slicker guy from like 1911. And he's doing his thing. And it's for nobody. It's for nobody. It's madness.
Just for the court record.
Well, it's for the people at Apple reading your text.
Yeah, exactly.
He's with Jack again.
Well, we have a really fun. I shouldn't preface it.
Oh no!
God.
Whenever
Never
someone
mind.
says something,
Quotes.
Never mind.
it's like when the dentist says this won't hurt.
No.
Yeah. have a really fun thing.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's stop having our really fun
Let's wrap it
conversation and get to this.
No.
I'm serious. We can do whatever you want.
Sure. Oh, boy.
Let's try it. Let's see
I
where it
heard
goes.
that subtle shift in your voice. We can do whatever you want.
Let's see.
Absolutely. It's your podcast.
He's licking his lips right
Whatever
now.
you guys want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know you'll have quizzes on your other podcast, so we have a.
I won't know anything.
That's
what's going to happen.
Like-
So I know that someone probably thought, let's ask Conan if he remembers these things.
I want to see.
But let's try it.
No,
You
but
might.
we
Yeah,
have been talking
You already
about it.
admitted that you don't remember most
Right.
of
Yeah, let's hear it.
comedy you've done
Let's
on the
hear it.
show. So we just wondered, based on the titles of these sketches, if you would be able to describe them.
Okay,
or
go.
even
Try
just
to
guess.
Go.
And
Let's
so
do it.
these are really were on.
These were on the show.
These are the titles from
I
the.
completely understand everything that
Okay.
you said, and
This is-
we really need more explanation.
These were really on.
We're just
So
trying
these were
to,
actual sketches.
We're trying to fill the time here. Okay.
So we'll say the name of the sketch, and then you. Okay.
I'll tell you if I remember it or not.
So from 1997, Naked Goat.
Nope, no idea. What's Naked Goat?
Because of ratings success of Pamela Anderson Lee doing SNL monologue naked, we thought we'd try something. Pamela Lee's dad, Burton Anderson, comes out, disrobes, groin pixelated. This makes our ratings go up, so now we present a naked goat eating with groin pixelated.
Jesus. You guys are.
Oh my God.
This is just going to lead me to believe that our show
I
sucks.
know you're gonna
Well,
ask for a gun.
what
when you're done.
I was
my
thinking so fondly of our show. All right, keep going.
I love
One
it.
of these will be funny.
Oh boy. The Wilcox brothers.
Oh, I remember vaguely. I remember the Wilcox brothers. Just give me a little more. Just give me a little more.
Conan gets interrupted by Andy's whining. Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, that's called Thursday.
Andy's tired. He didn't take his nap. It's okay because Andy Richter, well, this is going to give it away, is played by the Wilcox brothers.
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
No, it's this. So apparently,
You're allowed to look up good sketches. You don't have to do.
I'm gonna move
You don't
on.
have to just pick these ones that are these. Were these funny? Were they good?
we didn't even
We
watch
just
them.
Oh, great.
We
Well-
liked the titles.
This is like an autopsy where they find out that the person died 700 different ways. He was shot, and he had cancer, and someone shoved a cannonball up his rectum. Go ahead.
Voldemort versus Mary Poppins.
Nope.
2012.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Does that help?
I kind of remember that
Do
one.
you?
Yeah.
It was part of the UK Olympics.
Sona, what do you think it was?
Never mind. I don't remember it. You said UK Olympics. I don't
It's a
remember it.
matchup of Voldemort versus Mary Poppins, two uniquely British characters. The two figures are fighting live with Voldemort beating the crap out of Mary Poppins when suddenly Tiny Tim appears. Apparently to help Mary, but then he just helps finish off Mary Poppins.
Oh my
I'm just
Oh, boy.
I'm just getting depressed.
Oh, man.
You know,
These are funny. I'm laughing.
no, I'm sure. Look, I'm convinced. I'm sure some of this was good. I mean, we did some really amazing
we
stuff.
did.
You
You're
know-
probably saying, why are we?
No. I mean, I remember the things that stand out to me is I remembered we once did a week where we were pretending to travel through time.
Yes.
And you were part of this, Sweeney. We built a giant Trojan horse during the Greek period. The night where we were doing it was all Greek.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was wearing a toga, and we pushed this giant and had built a
We
giant.
actually talked to Bill Tull
Bill
about
Tull
it.
about
And
it.
Bill Tull. So he built a giant real Trojan horse, and they were pushing it through Manhattan, and we timed it so that a giant truck would go smashing through it. It was
Yes.
right outside Letterman's studio.
Yes.
And smash, and it looked amazing. And our first guest that night, who was watching all of this backstage, was Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
And Martin Scorsese came out, and I talked to him, and then during the commercial break, he was like, "Hey, I got to tell you that the thing with the shot, the Trojan horse and the truck, that was really well shot."
Wow.
And I was sitting there in a
Compliment.
fucking toga getting a compliment from Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
And so there was just so much.
Yes.
But I'm sure you put a lot of work into picking these ones.
We did talk to Bill Tull about the Trojan horse
We
because he had it
did.
made in New Jersey. Bill Tull, our prop master.
They circumvented union rules and made it in New Jersey so that it would be ready in time.
Well, it's good to reveal these things now. After there's got to be a union statute of limitations.
Oh,
yeah.
He admitted, I'm surprised the building wasn't shut down with the crimes that were committed in the prop room.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to have, we used to attempt pyrotechnics on our show all the time.
Oh,
and I swear to God, there was no names or anything. It's just that things were done very quickly. Maybe not with an eye towards
codes, the word codes.
Various codes, safety codes. I'm just surprised. I'm shocked. We were blessed. We were blessed that we managed to do, especially at 30 Rock. When we came out to Los Angeles in 2009, people have been making stuff here in Los Angeles for, for 80 years.
Right.
So you'd want a special effect but sometimes we would want something or need something in 30 Rock.
And it didn't exist.
Yeah. And we'd find someone in a deli and say, can you make this thing blow up?
Right. Yes.
We'd go to a shoe store. Anyway, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. He also told one of my all-time favorite stories about, I don't want to give it away, but the time we took down Live at Five's nightly broadcast single-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were building shelves.
Yeah. I said, do you mind talking about that? He goes, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I remember that very well.
Yeah.
They broadcast the local news that all of New York watched across the hall from us, Live at 5. And it's how Manhattan found out what the hell was going on in Manhattan. Right. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And Bill Toll decided to put in some shelves.
Yes.
And I think he took he didn't consult anybody and took a giant electric saw and cut through the wall cut through a cable. And no one in Manhattan.
These cables must not be leading anywhere.
Anyone watching Live at 5, the whole feed went out all across Manhattan. And it's because our prop master wanted some shelves.
Yeah. We did it at 4:30. And it was the wires that connected them to every reporter in the field.
No, it's funny because I've had people say to me, are you ever going to write a book? And I think I have to. I know that I have to write a book about all the things that happened, but I'm going to need a lot of people to help me remember everything that happened.
Well, you should also listen to Inside Conan.
I'll do that.
You know about the Wilcox brothers?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be in the
chapters 2, 3, and 4.
I don't think they're going to make it into the book. They'll make it into the supplement.
They're not even making it into this podcast, let alone your book.
Do you remember this sketch?
Who brought up the Wilcox brothers? I want to know. Anyway, go ahead.
No. I just
it's too much.
There was way too much that happened that was. And I think some of the beauty of that, especially that first year of the show and the 2 years, is that we didn't know any better. And there's a beauty to not knowing any better. When you mature or get older, not that I matured, but we started to learn some of the boundaries. But in 93, especially 93, 94, we were trying to do a Saturday Night Live every night.
Right.
And we would have these ideas and Robert Smigel, who's so brilliant, would, if one thinks of it, then it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we tried so much stuff that you just wouldn't try. I wouldn't try it now because I'd be too scared.
Yeah.
We did a thing on the show, I think that first season, where we did a whole thing where, and I'll never forget this, we created like a hospital drama that had, and this is all done in front of a live studio audience. Right. And live to tape, but still, you have to get it right the first time. Mm-hmm. We had a whole audience, and what we would do is, it's a hospital drama, and we got Martin Sheen to be the doctor.
Oh, wow.
Martin fucking Sheen. And then I'm in it, and Andy's in it, and we're also doctors, and there's like, and what would happen is we would have actors who were wearing green screen things over their faces. And what we would do is we would suddenly cut to someone in the audience, and their head would be on that actor's body, and they had to read the line.
It was called Sit in the Seat Theater?
Sit in your seat theater. And it basically meant that, and suddenly we just hold up a card. Yeah. So what you were seeing was this person just came to see a late night talk show. Like, oh yeah, well, Letterman's not here. That's too bad. They got this new guy. I hear he sucks. Well, I don't know. It's raining out and no one else is coming in to see it. Let's go check it out. And they're watching pretty much this play. And this scene, this like 5, 6, 7 minute scene, and Martin Sheen is there having this intense conversation, and we would just put someone in the audience's face into the scene on that actor's body and hold up lines for them to say. And suddenly they're doing a scene with Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
And it somehow worked. And I just
really
remembered
funny.
at rehearsal thinking, we're all going to die. and there are just hundreds of thousands of crazy things like that happen that we're just, they scare me now thinking about them. It's like when you're older and you remember the time that remember the time I got on a motorcycle and I just had never been on a motorcycle before, so I tried to jump over a bunch of milk cartons. Right. And you're more afraid later on.
Right.
Yes.
I'm
when you
terrified
know
now.
The dangers. Yeah. I know. I mean, it's really it's been so fun to talk to people about those early days of when it really felt like this energy of people who had nothing to lose and just going for it.
Yeah. I'm very obviously indebted to, we gathered a really good crew, a merry band that no one, I was the television professional because I had worked on Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons.
Right.
No one else I hired had worked in television. And Robert and I were we were supposed to be the adults and we weren't. And good God. Well, I'm really glad you're doing this, and maybe I'll drop back in again because I love talking about this stuff.
You remember a lot too.
Yeah, I think once we get no, I do remember that. It's just that I can remember a lot. It's when you bring up specific things, right? And I will tell you this very quickly, which is when the great actor Jerry Orbach passed away from Law and Order. I remember thinking, I said out loud to somebody at the show, my God, I love Jerry Orbach. He's such a cool actor. And I wish I'd gotten to do like a scene with him. And people said, you did on the show. And I said, no, I didn't. I would know if what are you talking about? I said, I love Jerry Orbach. I idolize that guy. I wish I'd done a scene. And people were like, you did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I didn't.
Great.
I got into a big fight. They walked out of the room. It was your bit. And so Mike storms out of the room. Mike comes back with one of those giant bricks because it's a different era. Right. It's a VHS tape that's like 19 pounds. And he shoves it into the machine and he presses the button. And I'm on the Law and Order set, and Jerry Orbach is right in my face grilling me, and I'm refusing to talk. It's good cop, bad cop. And I had no memory, and it chilled me to the bone.
Wow.
But so I will listen to this because I'll learn a lot. Listen to Mike and Jessie on this new season of Inside Conan, an Important Hollywood podcast on Team Coco. Wherever you get your podcasts. Listen, because it's probably a really good instructional audio tape on how not to do things.
Including a podcast.
Yeah, there's a link in the episode description that will take you to our interview. And thank you both very much for doing this.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah.
Really nice.
This was
here.
fun.
Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan with Conan O'Brien, Sonam Movsesian, and Matt Gorley. Produced by me, Matt Gorley. Executive produced by Adam Sachs, Joanna Solitaroff, and Jeff Ross at Team Coco, and Colin Anderson at Earwolf. Music by Jimmy Vivino. Supervising producer Aaron Blaird. Associate talent producer Jennifer Samples. Associate producers Sean Doherty and Lisa Berm. Engineered by Will Beckton. Please rate, review, and subscribe to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever fine podcasts are downloaded.
This episode was produced and edited by me, Brett Morris.
This has been a Team Coco production in association with Stitcher.
Looking to scale your outcomes beyond search and social? Realize is Taboola's AI-powered performance platform, driving incremental growth by engaging high-intent users across a global network of 600 million daily active users on premium websites. Reach and convert your audience on premium websites and placements where your customers actually spend their time. For more information and to create your account today, go to realize.com/podcast. You've tried melatonin, the white noise machine, the blackout curtains, the magnesium, and you're sleeping fine. Not great, just fine. At some point, you have to consider the 4-year-old pillow is doing more damage than the magnesium is fixing. Coop Sleep Goods is running a bundle sale July 9th through the 20th. The starter bundle is the move. 2 pillows plus a sheet set, 40% off. And we're not saying it'll fix everything. We're just saying you've tried everything else. Coop's pillows are adjustable, designed to fit how you sleep, not just tolerate it. Mix and match any 2 pillows at 25% off or go all in on the starter bundle. One real upgrade beats 6 mediocre ones. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy for 40% off the starter bundle and 25% off all other bundles.